Hey everybody, this is the Columbian Exchange menu project. We're gonna go ahead and get into this right away. This is actually my favorite project all year, and it happens this early. But this is a great project and I love it. All right, what you're gonna do, and I get really good ones too. It's really hard to top the year before. We're gonna talk about the greatest, most number one thing that you honor in U.S. history. We're gonna talk about that here in a second. All right, you're going to create a menu featuring new and exciting goods from a newly discovered hemisphere. So we talked about how Columbus, when he found the New World, he took back lots of goods, and all of a sudden, Europe was opened up to all these amazing new products, and vice versa. The natives were opened up to lots of new products as well, and made a lot of people very rich. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to dive into it right here, and then hopefully I'll be able to answer your questions because you're probably really lost. All right, number one, your menu must have a theme. All right, if I don't do themes, I have 700 people who are making chicken fingers. I swear. So on your menu, you must have 3 appetizers, 5 main dishes, and 3 drinks or desserts. That's minimum. You can have more if you want. So 3, 5, 3. It's 11. 11 total. Also important. Some people do some different things with it. If you want to change things up and have 4 appetizers and 4 main dishes, that's fine as well. 11 is the magic number. I'm a little, when I grade it, I don't check 3, 5, 3. As long as you have 11, you're really pretty good. All right, so how to start. First thing you need to do is come up with a theme for your restaurant. The next thing you need to do is choose a location. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose, is my restaurant going to be over here in the Western Hemisphere, or is my restaurant going to be over here in the Eastern Hemisphere? And it doesn't matter. I will tell you that having your restaurant in North America makes it easier. If you really want to challenge and want to make things hard, having it over in the Eastern Hemisphere, over here in Europe, it's a little more challenging. All right, now here's where everybody gets lost and where the challenge begins. Each new menu item must have 3 new ingredients from the opposite hemisphere. You're going to focus and advertise those new ingredients. That's how you're selling your restaurant. Now, the rabbit hole, and everybody will go down it, and parents, if you're helping your kids, understand that they'll go down this rabbit hole. Each dish does not need to be completely new ingredients. 3 is the magic number. 3. Each new dish only needs 3 ingredients from the new place. You can mix the ingredients, but the minimum is 3. So I can take ingredients from the Eastern Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere, put them together, that's fine, but you're advertising the new ingredients. You'll go down a rabbit hole where you'll think, my dish needs to have all new ingredients. That's not the case. You only need 3, and those are the ones you're highlighting. So here's an example. I have a Cuban restaurant. My restaurant's in Cuba. I love Cuban sandwiches. They're one of my favorite sandwiches, even though I don't really eat them too much. But if you look at this map, my restaurant's here in Hispaniola in Cuba. I'm making a Cuban sandwich. I have wheat, I have ham, and I have cheese. Those are my 3 ingredients. It's that simple. Now you're going to smash them together. Cuban original sandwich, newly imported from Europe. This new entree is full of new ingredients such as wheat, ham, and Swiss cheese. It's literally that simple. Where you're going to earn an A is with the theme and the artwork. And we're going to get back to that in a second. And the writing. The writing is important. It's literally the most important thing, and I forgot it. So writing, theme, and artwork are all very important. Now, the greatest honor in U.S. history is getting on the wall. Your project will stay up there, and nobody can. It's like a gold medal in swimming in the Olympics. Nobody can take your work off of the wall. Like people, I have kids come back every year and brag that their map got on the wall, that their menu got on the wall, and they still talk about it. They'll talk about it at MI for years. So getting on the wall, greatest honor. Now, expectations. You're going to have to realize that when you work with me, you're going to have to step it up a level. It's just the way it is. There will be a struggle for a lot of you. A lot of you will hate me for about 5 minutes, and then once we learn to work together, things will even out. Right here in front of you is what you need to avoid. Listing as writing is not going to cut it. Now, this right here is a list. Plain and simple. There's nothing that tells me anything about it's just boring. It's a list. Like a third grader could write this. So when you're writing, make your writing look like this. This is how you earn an A with the writing. All right. This is Ella English from last year. She did an excellent job. A lot of writing is saying the same thing over and over again and making it sound different. So you're going to have to be creative when you write. This is good. Right here is kind of the absolute minimum. This is A level writing. This is C or D level writing. If you give me a list, you're going to have problems. Now, last year I noticed that a lot of people, and I'm sorry, I don't like to make my videos long, I noticed that a lot of people started out really strong and then they ran out of time. So make sure you're pacing as well. Make sure that you keep moving the ball down the field and that you're pacing it correctly. Because you don't want to start out like Ella here and then end up, oh, I only have 4 things, throwing together some side dishes. It doesn't work, and that's how you go from an A to a B. So make sure that you're pacing correctly too. That's important to learn in 8th grade as well. Typical restaurants are fine. Mexican, Italian, American, those do well. Just so you're aware, if you can't think of anything extra, just be aware that Mexican, Italian, American, they do just fine. The reason for the theme is I don't want, restaurants that serve chicken fingers and egg foo young sandwiches. So this is my all-time favorite theme. It was Melissa Kaiser. She did all little food, and she did a great job with hers. But yeah, and as you can see, she didn't do hers by hand. She printed it out. So you can print it out or do it by hand or a combination of both. I don't know how we're going to turn it in yet for you people at home. So just check on focus. We'll work on that. We might just have to take pictures of it. If you want to go for the wall and bring it in, swing it by, just leave it in the office with a note on it. All right. Now, I realize that this gets a little sketchy, but a lot of times the use of alcoholic beverages comes up. It's always innocent. People are researching and they have a good idea for a drink and they want to use alcohol. I don't typically care as long as the theme is not a bar. So please don't make a bar a theme. If it's hidden in the back, it's fine, but no bars. Like, bars are bad, but a lot of times people go down the rabbit hole of the drinks and they'll end up with alcoholic beverages. I'm okay with that. Focus on new ingredients. Again, you don't know how fast you're going to go down this rabbit hole. By the third thing, you're going to say, well, I just found that I can't use beef because it originated in Europe and my restaurant's in Europe. No, you can use beef. Please understand that. You only need 3 new ingredients. 3, magic number, like the song. All right. Prices, I don't really care about prices. A lot of people choose to put prices on there. Don't get all bent out of shape about inflation. It's not that important, or currency or any of that. You're more than welcome to use prices, but you don't have to make the price match $14.92, which brings us to our second point. I'm not real crazy about historical accuracy. I don't really grade it on historical accuracy at all. 99% of the projects take place in modern times, as if Columbus opened up the new trade markets today. I'm fine with that. That's totally cool. You're gonna have to check back on Google Classroom and Focus. It's only Wednesday before school starts, and I'm a little ahead, which is shocking. So I'm doing this video a little early, but I will figure that out later. You can do it by hand. Bring it to school, take pictures, email. We'll figure that out. That's just some ideas that I had. Please, you get it to me, and we'll get it graded. But if you want to make the wall, and again, the wall is huge. People brag about I'm not making this up. I'm not going overboard. People brag about the wall all the time, and it's really cool to see your work. And 7th graders walk by, and They see the work and they want to make the wall. Um, so anyway, all right. The due date, especially for the online people, is Monday, August 31st at 11:59 p.m. Again, you can't wait till the last day to do this. You have to do this slowly over time. It's important to do that. There's a lot of ways that you earn good grades on this. So, but just remember that it's important that you do your best work. If you are in class and you're watching this video as a refresher, it's due on Monday, August 31st. So you got to get it to me by the end of the day. All right, you can email me if you have questions. Hopefully I answered everything as much as I can. Y'all have a great day, and hopefully there's no hurricanes. How 2020 is 2 hurricanes at once. That's not really happening, but I saw it might. Just ignore me.